Hello everyone, and once again, welcome back to another episode of Prison Architect. I believe this is about episode 7, and so we're back with more. So, got a couple of prisoners milling about here in the yard, but anyways, first, to start everything off, huge rookie mistake that I made. I figured it out, programs. So the reason why programs weren't working, as you can see they're working now, the reason why they weren't working before was because in my regime I had no scheduled work time. So the prisoners during the work hours are then able to, that's when they can do all of their classes and stuff. So they can go and learn how to cook. There's classroom stuff going on, there's workshop stuff going on. So these are all things that during the work hours get done, and that's why it wasn't working. The programs weren't working. So we've got that figured out finally. So big rookie mistake. That's my fault. Whatever. Second thing, we got a I added a couple solitary doors here. Just some more solitary. There's an open area here, so I added some solitary. Maybe we'll add something more here. Anyways, now the prisoners are working with the prison labor. You see they're mopping up, helping the janitors out, and whatnot. What else is going on? So the spirituality is happening. So the spiritual leaders here, and they're praying, I guess, they're doing whatever. And the parole meetings just ended, so great. So as you can see here, the prisoners due for release. That's probably because the guy got let out on parole. We have 6 other prisoners that are up for parole, so tomorrow the parole officers will come in, do their thing again, and start the new day. But so that's how that works. So what we're going to do with this here, so we're going to set up a shop. I'm going to set up a shop here, and we'll set up a mail room as well. But we'll start with the shop. We'll get the shop in. So, see, as you can see here, the early release prisoner. So that was because of the of parole. You get a bonus for letting prisoners out early. So it's sort of an incentive for you to actually get prisoners, out of your prison and into the real world. So we'll make the shop here. We'll put. I don't really know how the shop front and all that works. Let's see. We'll put in for the shop. You need table, shelf. Let's find. Okay, so shop front. Where's the shop front? Here we go. So go zoom in here. So shop front will be here. Don't know which way it's supposed to. Oh, I can't put it down. Huh. Maybe I have to make the shop first. So put some more walls in here. And I'll put a little door here. There we go. And so we need table, shelf, and adjacent to room or something. Don't know what that means yet. So I'm gonna put a table in here. Put 2 tables. Well, we just need 1 table, so we'll just put the 1 table. Put some shelves up. Shop shelf. There we go. Table and shelf. There we go. So we got those shelves in. Alright, you know what? Maybe we can make this a little better actually. What if we turn these on their side, like put one there. There we go. Here's a bit more room. There we go. Alright. So we're able to put 1 more shelf in. Our prisoners maybe, hopefully they'll be a little bit more happy. So you know what, while that builds, and we'll figure out shop later, while that builds, what we'll do is we'll get an armed guard. So we'll buy an armed guard. There we go. 1 armed guard. And we'll set up an armed guard deployment. So armed patrols. Let's make down here an armed patrol, I think. We'll make it into the yard and here. So what we'll do is we'll go from here to here. There we go. So that'll be an armed patrol. And you know what? We will get a 2nd armed guard as well. Just so that if the first guy gets tired or whatever, the 2nd guy can take over. And also we'll need dogs. So we'll need some canine handlers. So we'll make 2. Now, what I said before, what I like to do with my prisons is I like to make a something all around the outside. So what we'll do is we'll make let's use paving. Well, concrete tile and paving stone are the same, so we'll use concrete tile. So what we'll do is all around the outside here to there. So we'll make it one more to there so far. What we're going to do is we're going to make a little path so that the dogs and the dog handlers can walk around the outside. Now I do this because the prisoners are trying to tunnel out. And they're always going to be trying to tunnel out and whatnot. No matter how happy they are with your prison, it doesn't matter. I mean, they don't want to be in prison, obviously, so they're always trying to get out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to deployment, dog patrols, and we'll start our dog patrol here. Make it go all the way up here, and all the way here, and there we go. And we'll make the dog patrol start here. And we don't want it schedule 1 only, just kidding. Go here, and we always want them to be patrolling. I edited the schedule a little bit because of the work that I changed up. It changed the schedule slightly, so that's okay. And then we're also going to get dog patrol. What we'll do is we'll get another dog patrol. Get one in here. So what we'll do is we'll get one going from here to here, and so that way, oops. So that way, not schedule 1 only. Keep making that mistake. So that way, when prisoners are walking, this is a major thoroughfare for prisoners. If they're walking, the dog can sniff if they have any like liquor on them or anything like that. They can sniff that out from the dogs, from the prisoners. So, okay, so we got a bunch of shop stuff set up. Let's see, can we put a storefront up yet? Adjacent to roof, we need a storefront. Shop front. There we go. There we go. Now we can put in our shop front. So we'll put our. I don't really know which way it's supposed to go. I think it's supposed to go this way. Sure, we'll put it there. So put our shop front in there, and then when our prisoners earn their money from like working and stuff, they can come and spend it at the shop. I think we can set how much the prisoners make actually. Somewhere. Yeah, we can adjust the parole cutoff. There we go, 30%. Let's see, anywhere. You know what? I'll look around and I'll see if that's even a thing. Because I really don't know if that's even a thing. So that we can do. So that's the shop. So. Another thing, actually, real quick, intelligence. I managed to get my first informant. So this guy here, Dennington. So he's only in here for 3 years. So you know he's gonna leave a little bit earlier. But you'll see. So for coverage, he has 12% coverage. So kind of crappy at first, but the better they get at being informants, the higher their percentage will go up. So. He's the only one. So basically, like I was saying before, to get informants, what you have to do is you've got to click on one of the prisoners, or if they're already in solitary confinement, and there'll be like a big yellow target on them, which is you click on them and it'll just say recruit informant under the sorry, I want to click on prisoner. Under experience, it'll say right here, it'll say informant, recruit informant. So click that, bang, get the informant. So, let's see. Let's watch our shop. Hopefully our shop will be complete after this. That'd be great. If not, then I'll have to do some research into how to get your shop up and running. And then we'll go to... Okay, so perfect. Our shop works. Great. So, logistics. There we go. And we'll get a bunch of prisoners in here. We'll get that done. We got shop guys. Great so far. Looking pretty good so far. Room quality, those are all runs, right? So the next thing we're going to do is to create bigger cells for prisoners, so that they can. I think we'll make them 3 by 3, so that they're a little bit bigger, and that way, these the prisoners can. I'll put a little bit extra things, and that way, if they're good, they can get into bigger cells. So do the classic here. So the reason why making bigger cells would be better is simply because your prisoners, if they're good, it's sort of incentive for them to be good. It's sort of like a reward, like, okay, you've been good, you haven't been, like, you know, causing a ruckus or anything like that. So we'll, as a prison, we'll give you maybe a bigger cell, but what we'll do is we'll give you a cell that maybe has a TV in it, or, you know, maybe has this or that in it. So I guess we'll put the toilets here. I was thinking of putting the toilets right at the head of their beds, but it doesn't really make sense to me. And you know what? We'll put a TV in these ones. These ones will get a TV in their room. These guys can lay in bed, and they can watch TV if they want. And then that way, like I said, you know, they'll do a little better, and their room quality will go up. So what'll happen is they'll move from here and they'll move to over here, and then they can use this to. But what happens also is that if they're bad, what happens is then they'll end up coming back to one of these cells over here, and another guy will move in. So, like I said, incentive to be good and not be a complete and total jerk. Let's see. So everybody's heading to the yard. Everything seems to be running a lot smoother now in our prison, which is nice, which is really nice. It's just the fact that, you know, starting out, it gets a little hard because when building a prison, right, it's not like you can just... So this guy alerted. Dog alerted. Let's have him come back here, see if he sniffs. Sometimes these are just false. They're not, you know what, you gotta come here, come into this cell and sniff. Like I was saying before, it's not like in a prison you can just kind of shut things down. You know, you can't just stop, say, okay, everybody, you got to stop for a second, right? You got to keep building while keeping all the prisoners still contained in your prison. So that can create some challenges when you want to build something somewhere. And no, I want you to sniff. What the heck, sniff, 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 sniff. All right, well, I guess we'll just do this. What we'll do is we'll do search, search cell, search cell. Do all these guys here. We'll do even the ones on the other side, because these guys can make huge elaborate tunnels. It's crazy. Some of the screenshots I've seen of the amount of sorry, the grandness of the cells is just, or not the cells, sorry, the tunnels are just amazing. So we're gonna have to hook some plumbing up here. There we go. There we are. So once these guys are done, we'll get some other prisoners. We'll move into here. Oops, sorry, deployment. Okay, good. Logistics. Everything seems to still be good. Intelligence. Now, what we'll do is we'll go to our informant, and we will activate him right now. So you see the suspicion level went up a little bit. So you want to keep that suspicion level low, because what happens is if it gets way too high, your prisoners will become suspicious. They'll find out that he's a snitch, and like you guys didn't see, it was off camera that it happened, but they will kill prisoners, right? Snitches get stitches kind of thing. So they'll kill prisoners just for the sake of killing them, because they're informants. So but anyways, we got our dog patrols. Nothing came up in our search here, I guess, which is nice. You gotta be wary when making your search, and especially when you're making whole entire cell block searches, because your danger level will rise, because prisoners will say that they aren't treated well. But so it's kind of a balance you have to take. So once this guy, what'll happen is he'll get escorted to a security room, the nearest security room. And since we only have one, it's the only place to go. And once he's in there, you can look again at the intelligence screen, and then you can figure out where all the bad stuff in your prison is. I mean, this guy only has 12%, so you can't really can't really blame him if he doesn't know that much, but anyways, it helps also to figure out what kind of prisoners you have in your prison. So right now, so he's active right now, and it doesn't seem like he's seen much. That's okay though. Once you get more, prisoners, we'll be able to get more informants, blah blah blah, etc. So thank you very much. You can go to sleep now. See you later. He'll go back to his cell, and nobody will be none the wiser. Hopefully, his suspicion level is very low. I haven't had any problems. If it goes more than halfway, that's sort of when you run into problems. But if you keep it relatively low, you won't find any problems. One last thing that we'll do is I have a bunch of phone taps here. So what we'll do is we will connect these phone taps. So you see it goes into this sort of screen. So we'll connect these phone taps to the yard phones here. So, and then same thing, what we're going to do is we're going to run cord here. And all you got to do is click on them and go back and forth. And we'll also connect these phone taps. So what will happen is a guard will come and he will sit on that phone tap. I don't think we have any other phones, do we? No, it's just those ones. So he'll come sit on here, and when prisoners see, he's sitting there right now, and he'll cycle through. Let's see if we can go back to. Gee, no, pressing all the wrong buttons here. If we cycle through, it'll see how the different lines light up. So orange, that's him cycling through all of the different phones. So we'll be able to figure out what prisoners are saying to people on the outside, all their family members and whatnot. So that's what we'll cover for this episode right now. I'll make more of these cells here. I'll fill this in. We might put, what's the last thing? A mail room. We might put a mail room in here. That way we cover pretty much all of the rooms, I believe. Mail room and forestry. Oh, and we'll need to put in exports. That's not a big deal. Storage room, not a big deal, not a huge deal, but make sure we cover everything. You know, we'll just do exports right away because you know what? All you gotta do for exports, I put them on this side of the road. All we gotta do for exports, go like that. 1 by 3. There we go. Done. There's one room down. Perfect. So when your prisoners make something, they'll bring it into exports here. So yeah, so I'll set up some more of these bigger cells with stuff in them, and I'll leave it there. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. This has been episode 7. We've covered a couple of things. Made a big rookie mistake, but you know what? I'm not perfect. Nobody is. So anyways, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on my next Prison Architect video. Thanks.